this morning. Our scripture reading today comes from the Gospel of John, chapter 10, verses 7 through 10. So Jesus said to them, "Very truly I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who came before me are thieves and bandits, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters by me will be saved, and will come in and go out and find pasture. The thief only comes to kill and destroy. I come that they may have life, and have it in abundance." May God add his blessing to the reading of his word. We've been talking about and hearing quite a bit lately about how we have to keep our guard up in this world, how it benefits us to be suspicious, especially if an offer sounds too good to be true. So if someone calls and tells you about a risk-free investment that returns 15% every year, guaranteed, well, you need to be suspicious. When you get an email from a Nigerian prince promising you half his fortune, if you will but help him out, you need to be suspicious. If somebody is on the street corner selling Rolex watches for $10 each, you need to be suspicious. Suppose someone came to you and said to you then, "Listen, I have got something that is going to help you. It is going to help everyone around you, all of your family, all of your friends, everyone who comes in contact with you each and every day. It is going to bring transformation into your life. And because of that, it's going to touch all the lives around you. It is going to make you more joyful, happier, more content. And believe it or not, it is not going to cost you one penny. Would you believe it, or would you be suspicious?" Well, it's actually the message that I bring to you today. There is a gift that God is offering to you and to me, and if we accept it into our lives, or if we've already accepted it, if we open up our hearts just a little bit more, if we receive a bit more of this gift, it will bring joy into our lives. It will bring contentment into our lives. It will bring happiness into our lives as well. And it will touch all of those around us. It will make their lives happier too. But in order for them to receive that gift, we must receive it first. Jesus said, "I have come so that you may have life, and you may have it in abundance." And that's the gift we're talking about today. The gift of abundant life. And it is really up to us if we want to accept just a little bit of God's abundance, Christ's abundance, or whether we want to accept a whole lot of it. And the more we accept, the more it will transform our lives. We are a bit like musicians, in that we can play any tune with our lives we choose. Our lives are our instruments. And if we choose to play a sad tune, a gross tune, if that's the tune we want to play, we will be affected by that, but so will all the people around us. If we choose to play an upbeat tune, a tune that excites others, a tune that inspires, then that is the tune that those around us will hear, and they will be uplifted by it. They will be inspired. It maybe seems strange for Christian folk to be talking about how to make ourselves happy, how to make me happy, how to make me content. But let me tell you one thing that is for certain. The very best gift that you can give those around you may well be your happiness, your own joy, your own sense of contentment, your own sense of peace. The very best gift, but in order to give it to those you love, first you must be willing to receive it from God. This gift of an abundant life promised by God's Son, Jesus Christ. Strangely, it can be a very hard gift to accept. We don't. We may accept just a portion of it. We may accept a little of it. but to open our hearts fully to it can be difficult. Can be a challenge. Why is that? Why is the gift of God's abundance such a hard gift for us to choose to receive? Well, the fact is, and psychologists confirm this, that quite often abundance is a harder gift to receive than lack of abundance. There is something about having a problem in life, something about having an issue, something about having an obstacle to overcome that can sort of help direct us, can help get us going in life. And when we don't have that, well, then we can feel lost. The gift of an abundant day, a day to do whatever we want with, a day where we can rise up and say, this is the day the Lord has made. I'm going to rejoice. I'm going to be glad in it. I'm going to have a wonderful day today. Well, that can bring us more anxiety than having some issue or some problem to help us to figure out what our day will be and how to organize it. The gift of abundance can be a difficult gift to receive. It's like when, let's say, you were criticized. Someone comes up to you and says something critical to you, and right away, at least with me, my brain starts working on what I want to say in response. I want to say this, I want to say that. I start thinking, and well, yeah, I know just what to do, or I think I can figure out what to do, at least have some options. But then somebody comes up to you, and instead of criticizing you, they give you a sincere compliment. Suddenly, there's nothing coming to you. What do I say about that? What do I say about a compliment? Sometimes it's harder to get a compliment. Much harder for us than it is to hear a criticism. And this is something we have to keep in mind as we're thinking about this abundance. Is it something we really want? Is it something that we're ready to accept in our lives? Or are we hanging on to some of the bad, some of the negative of life? Because it does give us a purpose. Because we're so familiar with these things. But just before our reading today, a couple of chapters in the Gospel of John, John chapter 5, Jesus encounters a man who has been waiting 35 years to receive a healing. Waiting next to the pool, remember? And the first thing that Jesus asks him after he finds out what's going on with this man is, do you want to be healed? Is that something you want in your life? It's a question for us. Do we want to receive the abundance God has for us? Because a big part of that is letting go of some of these negative things that we don't need to be carrying around with us anymore. This baggage that we take with us wherever we go. It means letting go of any guilt that we feel. Letting go of past anger because of past wrongs. Letting go of some grudge that we have been holding for years and years. Letting go of some shame that we have. And here, this thing has gone by. In fact, we may not know anybody now who remembers this thing that we have done, and yet we can still carry that shame with us each and every day. And all of those things blocking up the doorway of our heart, this gate that Christ represents, allowing good things to come in, and they're being blocked by these things that we refuse to let go of. Because, we maybe in our lives prefer a pinch of scandal, a dash of disruption, a touch of tragedy in our lives. I read a story recently by a reporter, and he said something, and I've heard this a million times in a million different ways, but it caught my attention. He was talking about an assignment he didn't want to go on. It was in a location he didn't want to travel to. The assignment was about a subject he wasn't interested in, but it was his assignment. And he had to go, and he said this in the course of the article, I had no choice about whether or not to go. The only choice I faced was whether or not I would get something out of it, or whether I would suffer through it. And that grabbed me right there. In fact, that grabbed me by the collars and shook me a bit, because that's exactly what the choice I have so often in my life. And so often I make the wrong choice. For here is something I must do. Here's something that I need to get done in my life. It has to be done. There is no choice. And my choice there is whether I will suffer through it or whether I will find some way to get something positive out of it. Even possibly find a way to enjoy it. And there are those of us who approach our holidays this way. We know that we are going to be with our families on our holiday. There is not much of a choice about that, but our choice is whether we are going to enjoy that time together or whether we are going to suffer through it and cause everybody else to suffer as well. That is our choice. Whether we are going to grab onto abundance when it comes to our life, whether we are going to let go of the negative, or whether we are going to close that door to our heart. Yes, ask a little abundance to come in, but not enough so that it can spill over into the lives of those around us. It's strange, isn't it, that this gift of abundance can be such a hard gift to receive. Because it can utterly transform our lives. It can help us to be the people that God created us to be. It can help us to feel joy and sense of purpose. And even in the face of things we do not want to do, a sense of determination that we're going to get through this the very best way that we can. Strange that this gift of abundance, though, remains one of the hardest gifts to receive. And one other reason for that is sometimes we are thinking that abundance, satisfaction, joy, contentment, that peace isn't something that we're going to get from God. It's rather something we're going to get from this world. That this world is somehow going to come along one day and offer us this sense of abundance in our lives. And so we keep waiting for it. We think it's something we can accomplish. We think it's something that the world can give to us. We think, gosh, if I can just graduate. Once I graduate, then the abundant life will be mine. Or maybe it's once I get a new job. Once I get the new job, then abundance will be mine. Then I'll be happy. Then I'll be content. Oh, if I can just get her to marry me. If she'll just agree to marry me, that's it. Abundance will be mine. A joyful life will be mine. If I can just run for office, if I can just be elected, then the abundant and joyful life will be mine. It's like something that's going to just sort of happen to us. Sometimes because we work for it. Sometimes because we just think that life owes it to us. Life is going to drop some kind of joy in our life eventually if we will just wait for it. And even with all our experience, it's so hard for us to learn that when it comes to joy in our lives, when it comes to happiness, it's not what we earn. It's not what we have. But it's who we choose to be. Who we are in life and our actions that reflect those choices. That's what produces joy in our lives. Jesus said to us, I have come so that you may have life. He's saying it to each one of us. I have come so that you may have life. And have it in abundance. Not someday. Not eventually. But right now. Right now, with the job that you are in. Right now, with the health concerns that you have. Right now, with the circle of friends that is around you. Right now, with this church that you are in. Right now, abundance is available. And that means joy, and that means happiness, and that means peace, and that means contentment. It is available to each one of us right now, but we have to be conscious about it. We have to be willing to open that door because it can be one of the hardest gifts to receive. Can you do it? Can you nudge open the door of your heart just a bit more to receive a little more of what God has to offer you on this day? Do you love yourself enough to do it? Do you love those around you enough to receive this gift of abundance? Listen, the abundant life is right here. Christ is holding it out to us if we will but claim it. It is the best gift that you can give those around you. Absolutely the best gift you can give to those whose life, your life, touches each and every day. Your own determination that your life is going to reflect the joy and contentment and peace that God wants for you. It is a hard gift to receive, no doubt about it. But it leads to wide worlds and open skies. And it leads to a truly abundant life. Let us bow in prayer. Loving God, you give us so many practical things we need each day to live and to survive. And Lord, we give you thanks for all of these practical gifts that help us to survive day in and day out. But loving God, we give thanks for all the abundance that you give us. The true abundance of your presence in our lives. A sense of purpose in what we do. A sense of importance in our relationship to you and the relationship we have to others. Loving God, we ask that you continue to bless us in these most important things that we receive from you. And Lord, help us then to be a blessing to others as we receive your abundance and as our life is transformed because of it. It is in Jesus Christ's name we pray.